She started as a simple girl who waited tables to become the lady phenomenon of the 80s musical industry. Stay tuned as we reveal the untold stories and rare photos of the celebrity American singer Laura Branigan, popularly known for the song Gloria. Laura was born on the 3rd of July, 1952 in Mount Kisco, New York. She and her younger brothers, William, would grow to become deeply involved in music from a very early age. Laura faced hardships as her parents divorced during her teenage years. She juggled between her studies in drama school and a part-time job as a waitress. After she graduated, Laura would meet the people that kickstarted her musical career. In 1972, she met Walker Daniel and his wife, Sharon Storm, and together with acoustic guitarist Chris Van Cleve, they formed a folk rock band, Meadow. But the band didn't last. After their debut album flopped, the band split and Daniels committed suicide. But there was a silver lining somewhere for Laura in all the dark clouds. She met talent manager Sid Bernstein in 1979, and with his influence, Branigan got signed to Atlantic Records. 2 years later, she released her pop single, Lookin' Out for #1 from her unreleased album, Silver Dreams. 1982 turned out to be Branigan's breakthrough year. Not only did her pop single rank number 60 on the US dance chart, but her 9-track debut album, Branigan, will announce her name to the world. Laura did a cover version of the 1979 Italian love song, Gloria, originally composed by Umberto Tozzi, and it became one of the greatest hits of the 80s. Her album was certified gold and Gloria platinum, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart and remaining there for 36 weeks, which was a record at that time for a female artist. The song also went on to earn a Grammy nomination for Best Pop Vocal Performance Female. The album Branigan also contained the top 40 hit All Night With Me, further establishing her presence in the music industry. The overall success of the album and Gloria specifically propelled Laura Branigan into the limelight, making 1982 a breakthrough year in her career. The energetic dance pop sound of Gloria, coupled with Branigan's powerful mezzo-soprano voice, resonated with many people and cemented her place in the early 80s pop landscape. The song has since been covered by numerous artists and remains a beloved classic. Her next studio album, Selfcontrol, became her most successful project. Released in 1984, it became one of her biggest hits and is considered one of her signature songs. The album charted within the top 5 in many continental European countries. The album was certified platinum, and Laura's cover of Raff's Self-Control skyrocketed her to number 1 in Australia and Canada. Self-Control also ranked number 4 on US Billboard's Hot 100, and Laura was finally in the days she dreamed about. But in the long run, things beyond Laura's control would sabotage her career, and matched with her untimely death, it's safe to say that life was harsh to the Gloria star. And here's why. Branigan had just released what would be her final album in 1993, and her collaboration with David Hasselhoff turned out to be a major hit, so the singer was very much in demand. She jumped on global tours, had stage performances, and was fully booked, sometimes for an entire year. But just in the heat of the moment, the singer jumped off her success train, and you wouldn't blame her, she was in love. Laura met her husband, lawyer Larry Krutek, at a party in Manhattan in 1978. Their love was quick and passionate. It didn't matter so much that he was 16 years her senior. According to the singer, this made him more understanding and less possessive. He became her business manager, as Laura before that time had dealt with bad management. Not only was he way older than her, but Larry came with a lot of baggage. He had 2 children from his previous marriage, but that was a small price to pay, considering that Larry could bring to her life the one thing that it lacked: stability. But sadly, their marriage came to a very tragic ending. In 1978, Larry was diagnosed with colon cancer. Heartbroken, Laura rejected the medical prognosis and stopped everything to nurse her husband back to health. With herbal treatments, she managed to extend Larry's estimated survival time, but death at some point became inevitable. Larry lived another 2.5 years under his wife's care, and he died on June 15, 1996. And Laura stopped performing altogether. She did not record new music or perform publicly, demonstrating the profound impact of her loss. How did she cope? Well, the American singer struggled to regain her footing in the music industry as she lost not only her husband, but her career manager. Branigan kept away from the stage but managed to accept interviews and a few public appearances. On August 15, 1995, Laura was featured in the TV show Talking Food, hosted by Robin Leach, and around this time, she was also selected as an international jury for a musical competition. Everyone knew she was suffering, but the singer spoke very few words on the subject. Did she ever find love again? Well, she did, and this time, she would be the one to leave. And so, Tommy Belliocos became the man Branigan loved during the last 8 months of her life. Belliocos was the drummer in her band, but before their love, Laura finally wanted to return to stage performance. However, an unfortunate accident would land her in therapy for another 6 months. According to the reports, Laura fell off a 10-foot ladder while she was hanging wisteria outside her 3-bedroom lakeside house in Westchester County, New York. She broke her thigh bones, and even after they healed, the singer needed time in physical therapy to mentally recover from the shock of the fall. And that is not the only thing she had to battle with. During the 80s and early 90s, drug and substance abuse was a common habit associated with most bands. Although there is no solid evidence to prove that Laura's band did drugs, she revealed a hint that suggests that they were involved. When asked if she had previous issues with drugs and drinking, Laura said, "I think it is important to have a happy life. It wasn't really an issue, but it is just rare to find a band who doesn't do it." If Laura's definition of a happy life involved alcohol and drugs, then maybe Laura Branigan was a fan until death. And talking about death, the world went cold on the 26th of August 2004. Laura Branigan was announced to have died in her sleep. At the time of her death, nobody knew what killed her, so there were lots of speculations going around. However, her brother Mark would later reveal that the cause of her death was a brain aneurysm. In the weeks leading to her death, the singer had persistent headaches that she told no one about. And just maybe, had she sought medical attention, who knows, she might still be alive today. An error by the Associate Printing Press led many to believe that the singer died at the age of 47, but Laura was 52 at the time of her death. Her body was cremated and her ashes were spread over Long Island Sound. The singer is survived by her mother, Kathleen, her 2 brothers, Mark and Billy, and her sister, Susan. While she was alive, Branigan said that her most passionate desire was to be remembered as her role model, and after her death, a lot of her followers would comment on that. Laura, in an interview, revealed that music wouldn't be worthwhile if she was not remembered as much as the French music star Edith Piaf. Piaf, really, when she sang, her heart jumped out of her throat and grabbed the people. There was such an emotional bond between her and her audience, and that's what I really want. I want the ultimate love affair with my audience. Laura Branigan's musical impact is still being felt in the industry years after her demise, as she left a big vacuum in the hearts of her followers. At her high school, Byram Hills High School in Armonk, New York, the Laura Branigan Memorial Scholarship is given annually to seniors who passed excellently in performing arts. Also, the professional ice hockey team, St. Louis Blue, nominated Gloria as their victory song. Whenever we come back to the dressing room after a win, we're yelling, "Play Gloria!" It makes us smile and have a good time, a player reported. Laura Branigan might be gone, but she achieved the one thing that her heart most desperately craved, the ultimate love affair with the audience. If you like this video, be sure to check out this other video on beautiful actresses of yesteryears on the end screen.